Actually, there was a technical fault because of which I was not able to. I do not know that it was not audible. Okay, so then again, let me start from the beginning. Just let me confirm. Okay, so today I'm taking this session, live session, from my residence itself, because here in Chennai, government of Tamil Nadu has ordered a full lockdown, so we cannot go out. So today's session will be from my home only. So today's topic is regarding business development, how to start your business, how to start a business. So I spoke a lot of almost for 15 minutes. I was speaking without knowing that my uh, mic was not working properly. So now it's fine. So just let me check it again. Hello. Yeah, it's fine. It's audible. Yeah. So let me start again. So first, at the time of starting of business, it is very important to know that that business will work out or not, and that you will know only by doing the business, only by doing some kind of research or theory work. You may not be able to know. So for that, you should not straight away jump into the business. Initially you must work uh, under someone. You need to gain the experience. You need to gain the experience. Without experience, it will be very difficult to start a business, because only by gaining experience. And you should also not jump from one job to two jobs like that. You can jump, but not so frequently. Maybe at least 2 to 3 years you should be staying at one job. That's what. And basically I feel, if you stay in one job for a longer period of time, you will able to understand the all the kinds of nuances in the sense the details of the business. For example, if I take example of let us say uh, a trader, a wholesale trader or retail trader, you will know the rates of the pulse or gram or like whatever it be, only by working there. And knowing only the rates is not sufficient. You should also know what is the purchase price. You should also know the where is the source. You should also know what are the problems may come. Suppose you need the product today, so you cannot order today itself. You need to order at least 1 week back. So you should have that idea. Means the idea means the uh, today it will get over, so I should get it. I should order it at least 1 week back. That kind of understanding must be there. So all this thing will come only by experience. This is a very very basic level I'm saying. Whereas the more you go higher, you have to do more kind of understanding, planning, and all those things. So all those things you will gain, all those knowledge you can gain only by experience. So you must work. You first choose your area. Means this area I need to go. Sometimes it may get flop, but still you will learn something. You can put that thing in some other thing. Okay. So slowly you will be able to understand. Suppose you are from the beginning itself, you are clear. This is my direction. This is my business. I want to go this side. Then fine, no issue at all. But if you are quite confused, means going for one job, second job, third job, you're still confused what to do, what not to do. Where is the scope? Where is more competitors? Even there are competitors, people are there to take. So while working itself, you can make your own customer base. That is the best thing if it is permitted by employer. Okay, then only you should plan to think for going for business. And also going for business, you should not put entire money at a time. Okay, first you put a pilot business. You should start a pilot business and see whether the demand is there or not for your product. Your product may be wonderful product. Your product maybe means solve a lot of problems, but the problem is customers should believe your product. That is more important. Your product should reach to the customer. That is more important. In market there are a lot of products which are very useful. When those many products are there, and a lot of products are there which are not useful at all, so the customer, it's very difficult for the customer to understand which product is useful and which product is not useful. Okay, so you should be able to provide the clarity to the customer. Then only the customer will come to your product. So first you have to try to put the product on a trial basis, get the feedback from the customer, then only go for outright business. Otherwise, straight away don't invest too much amount in that. First, you have to understand whether your module is working or not. And also, don't get too much excited about your business in the initial stage itself and purchase furniture, um get a rental house, non rental shop, and get the staffs, all those things. You can do it on a later stage. First, you have to establish. Without establishing, how you can spend so much of money? I have seen a lot of people near my house. They are selling furnitures, second-hand furnitures. Very interesting story. Let me tell you. They are selling second-hand furnitures. When I for my office, I used to take from there only because it is quite cheaper from more than what I get first hand. And furnitures will be. I can see the furniture. I can see the furniture. If it's fine, I can take. Otherwise, I can leave it. I go and ask, Miss, how you are able to get so many furnitures, so many chairs, so many tables on a regular basis. So he says that, sir, on a daily basis, a lot of companies are closing. So what to do? We are getting the order from them, come and take all these things and pay some wholesale price and take all these things from here like that. We will bring here and we will sell it. So just understand how many companies are closing per day. Okay. So straight away should not jump into investment, too much investment into that. First, try to understand whether your business is workable or not, and your business will generate revenue or not. There are a lot of places where where your customers will take debt. Debt in the sense they will take they purchase the things but they will not make payment, and a lot of times they will get vanished. So initially you may be having like, at least my product is moving. I will keep on spending money, 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 money like that. So you should have a tab on that also. I'm not saying that don't give it at a credit. You can give it at a credit, but again, you should have a slab. Means over this amount to a party, I will not give. See, and what kind of tricks they will use? I will tell you what kind of tricks they will use. First, they will buy from you for 2 lakh rupees. They'll make payment of 50,000 rupees. You feel that the person is prompt in payment, and he'll say that I'll make payment in next 1 week, and in next 3 4 days he'll make further 25,000 rupees payment. Then you will have a kind of reliability on him. Yeah, he's making payment. Then he will come again and he will say that give me another for 2 lakh rupees. Okay, another 2 lakh rupees will give the material to him. He will take the material and again he will make payment of 50,000 rupees. And he will say, I koncham a little bit tight. I am miss my products are not moving a bit tight. Please understand my problem. I'll make payment to you. You give me another lot. See, one way he's saying that he is not able to realize, another way he's asking another lot. Okay, he's not making payment but he's asking another lot. But you will be having a feeling that he has made payment, he is making payment, he is a good guy. Let us give him another lot. You will give him another lot. When you give him another lot, he'll be asking for a bigger lot, maybe 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs like that. You will be having a feeling, yeah, my products are moving, why I should not give it to him. Sales are increasing and you'll be very happy. Listen one thing very, very, very carefully. In a business, sales is important, definitely. Sales is very much important, but cash turnover is also very, very important, because no one will see you how much you are selling and they will give you a further material. Your supplier will ask cash, where is the money? So always keep in mind, don't give too much of credit. Don't give too much of credit to your customers. Sales will increase, but your cash realization will be limited. So you have to pay salaries. If you have any kind of one person has asked question like credit basis in the sense, you will be giving him a product now and he will be paying you back in future, maybe like 2 months, 3 months after. So like what kind of arrangement will be there means, uh, once you give him product, he will say that I'll sell the product and give you money. Okay, that means you have your money will get stuck for 3 months over there if he pays properly. If he's not paying, that is a different story at all. Okay, so 3 4 months you do not know whether the product will move or not. You are selling it. It's not like whatever profit he is getting, he will get, you will not get. Then why to sell to realize an amount after 3 months, 4 months, like that? If you are giving like that, you should be very careful. You should have some hold on him. Otherwise, he will not. There is no guarantee he will make payment at the time of you should be. People should be very much. Uh, People should be very much careful at the time of getting the product, at the time of getting the services. They will talk very nicely. Sir, please, sir, please, sir, please give me, sir. I will give you like this, like that. I'm giving you 50,000 now. I will definitely make payment. They'll butter you like something. Okay, don't fall for that. Okay, so you have to be tough on your business also, and because if you are tough, then only you will be able to uh, stop your losses. Otherwise, these kind of people will loot you and go. They'll vanish. Simply, they will vanish, and there is no point in running behind them because that will amount to further cost. So why first leave it and then look at their face when they will give it? So that's what I'm saying. In a business, cash is very important. Cash in the sense, I'm not talking about physical cash only, bank balance also. That means liquid funds. That is known as liquid funds. That means your cash and bank balance that is readily available for purchasing something or for converting into something else. Okay, so cash is very important for a business. Whenever I say cash, that means cash plus bank balance. Then another side, you have to make payment to your suppliers. You cannot run away just like that, na? Like your customer. If the customer runs away, you need to have some kind of tab. Means beyond this, I won't give for a single party. Maybe like for a single party beyond 50,000, I won't give. I can understand. Okay, you may have lower profit, but one thing will make sure that you will not be out of business. You will be always doing the business. Maybe profit will be get reduced, but you can avoid these kind of losses, which will eat up your business entirely. So when you are at initial stage, you do small businesses. First, try and see okay, what it is, means whether it will work out or not. My product is good, I know that, but whether the customers came to know or not, first you have to make them understand. This can be done through social media marketing or through word of mouth. Nowadays WhatsApp marketing is also going on. So first you have to analyze these things practically, not theoretically, whether the product is fine or not. Again, you once, if someone takes, definitely initial stage you will be giving at a smaller circle, so you can get the feedback very easily. You can get the feedback. You can say that please tell me if any improvement need to be done. For example, delivery. If you are giving a delivery, that is an add-on point. Then if you are giving a bit at a cheaper cost, there is also add-on point, but you have to make sure that you're not selling at loss. Never do a business at loss. Okay, if you do a business at loss, it's equal to what you say, uh, putting your own money into a dustbin. Okay, nowadays there's a trend going on that I will do today at a loss, and in future I will take profit. This thing will not work out too much until capital, because always there will be competitors. If you are doing well, you have adapted one strategy, immediately one of your competitor will adapt the same strategy, and he will come, and there will be a price war. When a price war happens, the suppliers, the selling person is the loser. Okay, so never compromise on your price too much. I'm saying that give discounts, that's fine, but don't go beyond your cost. Going beyond your cost in the sense purchase of raw material and transportation, and if you have any other any expenses, all those including, that is the cost for your operations. So without sell anything below your cost, give discount. Up to your profit you can give discount, but beyond that, even up to profit you give the discount, then what is there for you? You have to survive. See, if you have a huge capital base, then no problem at all. Means you can sustain for a longer period of time. But nowadays, at every sector there is competition. So once a person realizes, okay, at a discount people are coming, more and more people are coming, another person will also store the same thing. Better than that, what you can do, you can provide a better service, better product to the customer. In that case, what happens, even a 5 rupees, 10 rupees, or whatever margin you keep extra, people will take on the longer term. They will be having better relationship. If you go only on the basis of discount, today a person will come, another person will be giving another 5 rupees discount, and those people will go that side. So always you should be able to maintain relationship with your customers. Once you maintain the relationship with your customers, and also you think for the benefit of the customer, you should not loot your customers Just because they're having good relationship, you simply should not put all the cost on them. You take your margin, sufficient margin you take, that's all, means genuine margin. You should not cheat your customer. Okay, so like that, first you start small, again develop your business a bit, get the feedback from the people, then understand where are you doing mistakes, whether they are ready to get it again. If they're not willing to get it, then why they do not want it again. All those things you have to realize. Once you realize these things, once you understand these things and analyze these things, then you will come to a conclusion whether it will work out or not. Again, this is the first stage, analysis only. So again, next stage you have to go. Next stage, at this point, or this at this point of time also, you should not go for any kind of a shop or employees or anything like that. If you go like that, further your expenditure will keep on increasing. So until you stabilize this, you should not go for a too much expensive things. That is the rule of thumb in the business. Okay, so you may have very good module, but the thing is, how the customers are taking it, that is more important. If customers are not taking it in a proper way, they're not it is not reaching to the customers in a proper sense, then your entire business, there's a huge risk of getting failed. You have to analyze till that time you are safe, at least break even you're coming. At that time you have to go just like that. So again you have to keep selling, purchasing, that kind of thing, at a slow quantity, small quantity you have to do like that. And slowly you have to move. Once you understand that, yes, I got the business, I got the nerve of the business, I know if I press here, that thing will happen there. That thing will come only by experience. Only by experience you will understand. See, this is the situation. At this point of time, I need this much of stock. At this much time, this much of people need the product, and this is the situation. See, you have to analyze the ecosystem at all. Entire ecosystem you have to understand. Entire environment you have to understand. Then you will get an idea. What you say, a hunch. Okay, at this point of time I will require this time. These all things will come over a period of experience, and that period, I feel, right period will be 3 years. So after 3 years only you will have this kind of experience. Yeah, I'm doing the right thing, means at this point of time they will be requiring this much. Suppose a person suddenly asks me, I need this much of quantity, then you should be able to get that from whom I can get quick. Maybe 5 rupees expensive, no problem, you should get it from someone. Like that you can do. After 3 years, if things are fine, then you may think of leaving your employment. Then come this side, work hard, work really hard. See, normally in employment we will work very hard for someone else. Okay, someone else will work like something, means morning will go at the early means around 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and again will come in the night, around it will be like 10 o'clock, like that. Okay, 10 o'clock. And the transportation, the commuting, it will take almost like 1 hour, 1.5 hour to go from here to there to here. Okay, for going for another person, working for another person at a fixed salary, we do all these things. Okay, but when it comes to our own business, you should be very careful. Okay, so if you spend that much of time in your business seriously, that much of time in your business seriously, then your business will go somewhere. It is amazing, means I have experienced that. On that basis only I'm saying, you just put that effort on your business. For the past 3 years you understood how your business should go. In the past 3 years you understood what are the risks you may face. In the past 3 years you have understood from where to bring, from where to give, then how much amount you need, how much time gap will be there. All those things you would have analyzed, and your brain would have been synchronized with that one. So automatically things will keep on working. Now from here onwards, start employing a person. And a person, if you can get a knowledgeable person at a reasonable cost, fine. Otherwise, uh, you have to get a fresher and you have to train him. You may be requiring a small office. Don't go for a very big office, anything like that. A small office, 2 3 chairs, you can sit here, because most of the time you may not be in the office also. You have to keep going to client's office. You need to keep maintaining the relationship with them. So one or two people has to be there to attend at least phone calls. If you have no what you said, you have, after 3 years you have started your business seriously, then you do not have any phone, means no, you do not have any person to attend the phone call, that itself will be a disadvantage. At least you should have one person to attend the phone call of the customers, at least to tell that, see madam, I am here, but my boss is not available here, he has gone for a meeting. Once he come back, I will ask him to give a call to you, I will inform him. That courtesy should be there, then only your relationship will be building. Otherwise, if because you will be busy all the time, the main person will be busy all the time talking to someone or other, you may lose the customers. At this point of time, retaining your customer is very important. One side you will be running very fast, but if you run only, if you, there's a very beautiful quotation by Ratan Tata, I really like that, means if you run fast, you run alone. If you want to run far, you have to go in a team, you have to build a team. Okay, so if you want to run fast, means you want to finish the things very fast, you have to keep running by yourself. But if you want to go far, far in the sense your business should be improving, your business should be growing, then definitely you should have a team. Not immediately, but over a period of time. See, this business, what I'm saying, may not flourish in a year or two. You need to have patience. You need to have money. That's why I said up to 3 years, don't leave your job. If you have a proper job, don't leave your job. Just put a trial and error. Definitely, uh, there will be a lot of difficulties maintaining with job and your business. But if you're serious in your business, if you want to do that business, then nothing ultimate. You can put those much efforts. Okay, and once you get another person for on a call, then at least that person can attend the call and tell, sir, I'm not available, my boss is not available, he'll come and give you a call. So you will not lose the customer. You can come there and you can call them, sorry sir, I was in a meeting, I was not able to attend your call. My person, I came to my office, my person said, you have called me, like that. And one more thing, try to understand the advantage. If you have an office, always people will prefer you over a person who is not having office. Okay, if you have people, people will prefer, your customers will prefer you more than the person who is not having employees, because they feel that a single person may not be able to provide a proper service to them. Proper service in the sense, if he is attending something else, then he will ask you to wait. And most of the customers say, why should we wait, we are making payment to you. Okay, then why should we wait? You provide me service, I need now. If you're not providing, I will go to someone else. So in that case, you will lose the customers. So what you have to do, you have to keep training another person. If you keep training another person, that person will be learning something, some basic thing. You can give him some basic work, do this and give it to me, maybe like Excel, Word, or put an invoice and give it to me, I'll forward the invoice. Mail Give a mail to a customer, give a quotation to a customer. This kind of small things which you could have prepared already and just sending it, so that time delay will not be there. When the call comes, he may say, Madam, sir, what do you want? I want quotation for this one. Okay, you would have prepared a quotation. He will just take the amount from there and he'll put it and send it. So immediately what happens? You will not lose the customer. Customer will also be happy that, yeah, you are taking care of him by putting another person. Okay, because in practical life, you may think that, okay, if I allow my employee to work to talk to my client, I may lose client, or my employee may take the customer. But it is not so easy. That's what I said. You have to maintain a personal relationship also with the customer, and you have to train this person also, because see, you have spent all this period of time, 3 years, beyond 3 years, you are spending time. Okay, so someone just, they cannot come just like that and take your business. Okay, and whomever you are appointing, it will take at least for him 3 years to 4 years. If he is so smart, he can do the business like that. It will take him that much of time. So in that case, what happens? The person will be getting trained. Okay, you train him and see his benefit also. Okay, so once he also gets benefited, and at the time of taking the person, you should be very careful. You should take the right person. You should not take a person who will cheat you like that. Okay, at the time of taking person also, you should be very careful. There are people who does good work at a lower cost. They want to learn things from you, because you have learned from someone else. They want to learn things from you. Always, normally, how I see is, my people should also get benefited. I also get benefited, and if they feel that their benefit is in something else, I will ask them, if you feel that your benefit is something else, please, you may, I won't stop you like that. So in that case, what happens now? Again, the bond gets created, the bonds become strong. Even if they have a better opportunity other side, they won't go, they'll still stay there. That is the human psychology. Okay, so you should not just think from the point of view of money for your employees. Okay, they may have some problem. If you solve those problems now, they'll always stick with you. They will simply not leave you and go for 1,000 rupees or 2,000 rupees. And really, I'm saying it is very important for an employee to stay with us at least for 3 to 4 years. Then only our business can grow because they have got all the experience. And if they move just like that, it will be a very big problem for us. Again, we have to train another person for 3 4 years. So, uh, 3 4 years, you should bring at least 4 5 more employees. Otherwise, if that single employee leaves, again, it will be a problem for you. You have to train them again. If in between you bring 2 3 more employees, the what do you say? Uh, just a minute. The employee whom you have trained, he will train others. So I think you understood means what I mean to say. And also, as I quoted Mr. Ratan Tata's quotation, that if you want to go far, you need to have a team. You need to have a team. You need to have a team in the sense you need to have proper team to handle the situation. Over a period of time, only they will understand the psychology of the customer also. Customer will also become comfortable with your employees over a period of time only. They will recognize. They will recognize by their name, your employee's name. They will recognize by your employee's name, and in that case employees will also feel comfortable. Yeah, I am also adding some value to the business, like that. So that's how, means if you add value of your employee, automatically employee will work for you. They won't look for the time. I will tell my people, you leave by 6 o'clock, but they won't leave by 6 o'clock. They will drag till 8 o'clock. Okay, I tell them leave, but they won't leave. They will drag till 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. I won't ask them to stay. They take the responsibility and they will do it. I gave them responsibility, I gave them rights, they do that like that. That's how I feel. Means white collar, in white collar I'm saying. Blue collar, there will be a different story, because that's what I said. Each business has its own dynamics. So according to your dynamics, you have to go. So again, means you need to build a team over a period of time, but after 3 years, take one person, train them a bit properly. After that, bring another person under him. So that's how it should go. So over a period of 5 years, you will be stabilizing. I won't say you will be very famous. You will be very. You may be. I won't say you may not, but you may be. But what I'm saying, like this issue, if you go, your what you growth will be constant, because you have got employees. You can focus on more important work. You can focus on A category work. A category, there's something called as ABC analysis. A category will be the most important work. B category will be the something like important but not so much important, and maybe it may not be so much value. And C category means chota chota chiller, all those things. Okay, so you may concentrate on A category, and your employees will be concentrating on B category and C category. I'll tell you one more. It cannot be such secret, but one more very important thing in a business, that for a business to grow, A category is a must. A category means those people who pay you higher. Okay, for your business to grow, A category customers is a must. But for a business to survive, C category customers will make you to survive. A category customers, they always look for a good service. They'll pay high. They'll always look for a good service. Whereas C category customers, C category customer, you are the person who command them. This has to be done. This has to be done. That's it. You have to wait for some time. You have to wait for some time. But C category customers only will allow you to survive. They will be chota amount will be coming from here and there, but something or other the thing will be keep on coming. Whereas A category customers, uh, it may be like once a while they will give you work, or once a while they will give a big order, and you may not know next when it will come. But C category, constantly, continuously, it will keep on coming. So that is how business works out. So yeah, once you got 5 years kind of thing, then look for a kind of bigger office where you can accommodate a bit more people. So 5 years experience you got. Once you got 5 years experience, once you got 5 years experience, you have, okay, I have stabilized. So just understand, for stabilizing itself, you need to give 3 years to 5 years. Then only you need to give time. You need to, that ups and downs will be there definitely, but you have to keep patience and stay in the same business 5 years. A lot of time you'll be having a feeling like, why I'm doing all these things nonsense. I can go to employment and I can stay there happily, rather than going for all these things, running here and there, all those things. But once you have completed those 5 years, 5 years, okay, you will be in a totally different criteria. You can just lift your business just like that. You can just command your business. Okay, you will be having customers. Okay, now go for aggressive marketing. 5 years you are there, you know, what you say, head to tail, you will be having everything on your fingertip, with whom, how to speak. Create a system. Now after 5 years you should not work, you should create a system. You create a system, put the people, and in that system you just engage people where all the places you need to keep it, and just move the system. The system should work by itself. You should just concentrate on how to bring in more customers, how to bring in better quality, how to improve your employees productivity. You should focus on that one. The employees will run the business by automatically. That's what I said. Retaining employees is also a very big challenge, as well as very important for a business for success. If you do not retain your employees, then you cannot build a system, because each time new employee comes, he will be making some kind of damage in learning and all those things. So your system will not be complete, it will get broken. So you need to create that system. After 5 years, just move that system, and the system should work for you. You should not work for the system. All these days you have created a system, you know people, you have the understanding with people, you have better means, you know your employees knows your customer knows your employees. You keep your employees also uh, satisfied, you keep your employees also happy. I'm not saying that to give too much salary like that. Give them job satisfaction, that is the main thing. Job satisfaction, and almost all the employees will be having some kind of commitment, financial commitments. So just see that up to possible, up to what the worth they have, to pay them, so that their commitment should be also satisfied. Because once the employees are happy, your business will run automatically. You don't have to worry about it. Once you, if everything is mine, I should keep everything, if you think like that, employees will move to some other people. Then everything you have to sit and do, so all your 5 years work will get wasted. So that's what I'm saying. It's like building brick by brick, brick by brick, brick by brick. That's how it has to be done. Otherwise it will be very difficult uh, for means building a business. That's why in India people say that 90% of the business will collapse in first 1 year or two. Within 3 years they will die. Business will die, 90% of business. See, you should have patience. If you're going for business, you should have patience, and don't invest at the same time. Means, I know when you start a business you will be very enthused. Means, I have to do business, I have started business, exactly. But in the same stage, don't put everything at the same time. That will eat up your entire thing. Suppose it doesn't work out, then you will be in a very big mess. Sorry, you should understand that one. Okay, so it takes minimum 5 years for any business to get established. Okay, so uh, then once you have completed that 5 years, you have got the base, and on that base you can run like something. You can run your business, create a system, move it. It will run by itself. Concentrate on how to build your business further, and whoever is the senior most, or whoever helps you more in running those business, try to develop them also, so that once you pick him to work with you for marketing and everything, another person will come on, so your system will keep growing. It will by working by itself. See, it will collect funds. And one more thing I will say, when you're working alone and or working with very less people in comparison to your organization size, collection will be a very big problem. So you must have, I will say, that dedicated person for collection, because collection is the more important thing. As I said at the earlier stage, that you may have a lot of sale, but if cash is not realized, then there ends everything. Means you have to pay to the customers, you have to pay to your suppliers, you need to pay to your employees, you need to pay to your other maintenance staff and everything. All those things you need to pay. If cash is not available, finish, your business is finished. So you always keep realizing. For that only I'm saying, for a realization, for follow up payments, you need to have one person. You may say that he will handle accounts, he will handle payments receivable, all those things. Here the person should be a dedicated person should be there. Then only you will be able to concentrate on business. Otherwise it will be like pulling your legs one side. It will keep going, like business is coming, I have to run for business. Another side, my money is not coming, my money is stuck. So if you go for money, you will lose business. If you go for business, your money will be stuck. So it's like you are stuck in a circle. If it comes, then only this comes, and it will rotate like this. And if you break one thing, the entire cycle will break, and your business will break. So you should be very careful in choosing like that things. and you should be very careful in choosing at what stage, what kind of people you need for operations or you need for maintenance of accounts. And one more thing, always be in touch. If you're doing business, always be in touch with one professional, at least one professional in the sense he may be like a child accountant, a company secretary, or a cost accountant. So these are the people who knows taxation concepts and companies act related. And one more thing I would like to tell you that when you start business, you 5 years have happened. Okay, a lot of people what they are doing when in the first stage, what I said, okay, you should start your business. Then what you have to do, you should not leave your employment. You should continue your employment like that. Okay, so a lot of people, what they do, they'll just quit their employment and they'll start their business without knowing whether that thing will work out or not. Okay, work out or not, they just jump into the business. Once they jump into the business, they will realize that, oh my God, for doing business we need a company, and they'll start a company. They'll go and register a company. And nowadays registering company is like a very very easy thing, very easy thing in the sense, very cost effective. Cost effective in the sense, for people are there to register a company for 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, like that. So cheap. When they're incorporating such a low cost, definitely you will not get a better service. Here, your business, you are talking about your business. Don't fall for those things. First, you understand whether your business needs a company or not. First, you have to understand very much. This is very important thing. You should understand that whether your business needs which kind of organization. Whether it should be a individual proprietorship concern, or it should be a partnership concern, or you need a HUF is sufficient, or HUF means Hindu Undivided Family. This kind of business is available only for Hindus. HUF is not applicable to Muslims and Christians. It is only applicable for Hindus. HUF or a private limited company, public limited company, it all depends upon your business. Your business should need a company. A company should not need your business. You should do business, and for that, if a company is, what do you say, giving value, adding value, then only you should go for a company. See, registering a company is very easy, but again, all the compliances will be there. You have to go once you register a company. Of course, uh, a company will give you a better image to your business. But for that, first you should have a business, right? Until you spend 5 years, I will say that you didn't have any business till now, because you are running. When you are trying to establish a company, you should understand that you should have one kind of system. Without system, going for a company is utter waste. See, a husband and wife, there's no need to go for a company at all. You work if you want. If you're so interested to do business with your wife, then go for a partnership firm or go for a HUF. That is sufficient. Or else, if you want to bring your wife's name, do the business in your own name. That is sufficient. Lot of complicated things will be taken out. For example, only income tax you have to file. That's all. If you are going for GST, GST has to file. Whereas if you go for a company, it will ask for a registration, company registration. After that, you need to go for a uh, chartered accountant to audit the company's accounts. Then you need to properly maintain books of accounts. Then annually you have to file some returns forms. All those things will be there. So if you go for a company, I'll give you initially, you may be it may be costing like 5,000, 6,000 for registering a company. But yearly compliances, payment to chartered accountant, payment to other people, other professionals, payment for register of companies, all those things if you include, it will go to 40,000 to 50,000 per year. Okay, so at the initial stage, don't go for a company. My strict advice will be that don't for a company at the initial stage. First, develop your business. Develop your business. If your business is touching a huge scale, large scale, and you need more funds, then only company will be required. Suppose within 3 years, if someone is ready to give you funds, then you can create a company. If after 3 years you got another people who is a very talented person, then you can go for a partnership firm. Or if you want to go for a company, at that time you may think of that. But initial stage, never ever go for a company. First, try your business. If it succeeds, then go for a company. Definitely, company will give to your business a totally different, what do you say, um, respect. People will say, yeah, he's doing a company with a business. Definitely that will be there. But again, your business is more important than your company. Okay, if business is there, then only company will be there. See, a lot of people what they do, again I'm coming back, a lot of people what they do, they'll start a company, then they will start to and the company will not do anything for almost 6 months, 1 year. Okay, when there's no business, why to go for a company? Don't go for a company then. Well, first you have to build your business, then you can convert that business into a company. That is how it should be. You should not straight away jump into a company kind of structure. If you straight away jump, you must have a proper understanding of that, then only you should go. Otherwise you should be ready to pay almost 50,000 per annum to maintain the company. Otherwise, don't go for a company. In India, there is a very bad habit. We do not maintain books of accounts properly. The maintenance is very, very bad. So it is good to not to start a company in the initial stage. We do research kind of thing in our company. Our company is Top Management Consultancy Services. We do research kind of work, research work in our company, and we have found out that a lot of companies, uh, they need to file, all the companies, all the newly incorporated, newly registered companies, they need to file commencement of business, okay, within 180 days of incorporation, that is registration of a company. That 180 days, what it is now, uh, at the time of registration of company, you might have promised in your memorandum that I will subscribe for these many number of shares. For example, let us take, for a company, two shareholders is a must, two shareholders are must, and two directors are must. Okay, so for each shareholder, let us assume that 5,000 shares they have promised to subscribe. Once they have promised to subscribe for 5,000 each shares of rupees 10 each, that amounts to 1 lakh rupees. And if they are not brought in, then it's an offense. It's offense means company need, it's 180 days. It's within 180 days they have to bring in the funds and they have to file the form. Okay, so 180 days, within 180 days they have to bring in the funds and they have to file form INC 20A. Form INC 20A, that is commencement of business. Okay, commencement of business. So what we did a research work on that one. We have taken the number of companies registered within last 6 months like that, and we have seen how many companies have filed that. And up to my surprise, almost 40% companies, only 30 to 40% companies only filed, and remaining people, that is the remaining companies, that is almost 70% of companies, they have not filed. Okay, so and what we are doing, we are just notifying them. We are notifying those companies that you are not filing by sending a mail. This has to be filed within time. So we are notifying companies after 160 days. That means we understood 150 days or 160 days. When 30 days are remaining, at that time we are sending a mail to them. We are trying to send mails. We are not able to send a mail to everyone, but at least for few companies we are able to send mail, and we are informing them that already 150 days, 160 days are over, only 20 or 30 days are left, so that you please go ahead and file the form on time, so that register of companies may not have to fine you. See, fines are very huge. You may be having capital of rupees 1 lakh rupees, whereas the fines, if you see, if you do not file this form, this INC 20A, if you're not filing this form, then what happens? A company will be get penalized by 50,000 rupees. 50,000 rupees, that is half of your capital gone. And every director of the company, every director in the sense, every officer in default. Officer in default means at present, if any specific director is given that responsibility, then that director has to, that director will be the officer in default. If any specific director is not designated as officer in default, then all the directors will be responsible. And and who all officers are in default for not complying with this provision, that is within 180 days they have not filed commencement of business. What is commencement of business now? You have promised that in the memorandum at the time of registration you will bring in 1 lakh. Okay, in our example, just I said, you have promised to bring in 1 lakh, but you have not brought in 1 lakh, or you have brought in but you have not informed them. Okay, then registrar of company doesn't know whether you have brought in or not. Okay, so to inform the register of companies that you have brought in so much of funds, you need to file a form. You need to inform them by filing a form, and that form name is form INC 20A. Okay, INC means incorporation form. Is that okay? So you need to file INC 20A. Once you file INC 20A, you have to attach your bank statement where company's bank statement where it will be shown that you have deposited that much of funds into the company, and then only you can start your operations. Operations in the sense purchase, sale, or providing of some services, rendering some services, getting some services. Those kind of things you can start, and you can also cannot you also cannot borrow without filing that form. Okay, so if you do not file that form, company has got a penalty of 50,000 rupees, as well as the officer in default have 1,000 per day up to rupees of 1 lakh. So if the director has if the company has not filed this form, then company has to pay 50,000 rupees, and each director up to maximum of rupees 1 lakh. If you see two directors, 2 lakhs, 2 lakh 50,000. Your capital may be 1 lakh rupees, and your penalties and all those things will be going to 2 lakh 50,000. So see, and if you file that on time, it is just 300 rupees for 1 lakh capital. It will be 300 rupees only. See how much difference it is making. That's what I'm saying. If you are able to maintain a company, maintain it properly, or else don't go for a company. Maintaining a company is itself is a very tough task. Okay, it's a means you need to take care of it. If you're not able to do, you have huge penalties over there. Okay, actually I'm saying the wife, husband, that kind of company no need to go for a company at all. You can do in your own name until it is compulsory required. You can go ahead and do it in your own name. No need to go for a company. If you are going for a company, then be very careful, do all the compliances on time, then only your life will be simple. Otherwise it will be hell. That's what I'm saying. If you are what I say now, if you are doing a business, just go to a chartered accountant, company secretary, or cost accountant and get the guidance, so that they'll guide you rightly in the but you have to go to the right person only. Means you have to understand that whether the person is taking you in the right direction or not. That is also very important. So you need to go to that person, and you have to guidance from them, because they are the people who are studied all those things and applying in the practical sense. Okay, so we are also applying that only. That's what I'm saying. And one more thing is, I forgot something. Mm, yeah. So if you're going for a company, those are the things. That's what I'm saying. Initially, you start your business. If your business is working out, if you have enough growth opportunity, then go for a company. Otherwise, don't go for a company. Take your business as an individual or a HUF, or if you have multiple people, go for a partnership firm and do your business. Concentrate on your business rather than the organization which you need. If going for a company adds on advantage in your business, then only go for a company. And there is one more thing like MSME that I will take separately. MSME have a lot of benefits. For traders it is not applicable. That is applicable only for service providers and manufacturers. So what I say, if you also if you are a manufacturer or service provider, you can also go for a MSME registration, and a lot of things are available in that only, which over a period of time I will keep telling you. But initially I wanted to tell you to go for a proper business. Rather than going for proper structure, you look for a proper business. That is more important. And in this INC 20A also, a lot of people are not filed. They have to file. And one more thing I would like to add on that, all the directors who have got DIN number before 31st March of any year, let us take before 31st March of 2021, then they have to get DIN number. They have already got DIN number. They have to do the KYC. KYC means every year they have to confirm their email ID and password, even email ID and mobile number by confirming with OTP. That is a must. If you do not do that one on time, then again 5,000 rupees, 5,000 rupees penalty will be levied on you. That's what I said. If you are having a company, then you need to maintain all the books and accounts records, and also maintain all and follow the all the procedures available in Companies Act. Otherwise, don't go for a company at all. Okay, so that is the most important thing. Mm. If anyone have any questions, they may ask. So for today, I will stop with these topics. Let us refine further. Anyone have any question or want to know anything else about business? You can respond on live chat also. Uh, we are live in Facebook as well as YouTube. If someone want to know anything else, they may email us on the below given email ID, and they can also WhatsApp us on the below given mobile number. And also you can record your query if you have, and you can send it to that WhatsApp number. We'll definitely reply for the same. If there are no queries, then I would like to wind up for today. It's all it's fine. Just a minute. Hmm. Okay, then thank you for coming here and watching this video. If you like the video and you want to help some other people also who are just started business or going to start business, this video may help out them. So I'll conclude this video. Thank you. Be safe and do business.